Hey everybody, Juan here, and I'm a fan of taking our gadgets out of our offices and our homes and out into outdoor activities. I like taking our tech, making it actually mobile, and incorporating it into a lifestyle where we get to go do cool things. And it's why I absolutely love these tough, rugged cases that we see from companies like OtterBox for my Lumia 920, and I rarely leave the house without my Beyond Cell rugged mobile case for my HTC One. Well, my wife's phone of choice is the Samsung Galaxy S4. And while she tries very hard to take care of her gadgets and her technology, it's very common for her purse to mangle and destroy some of the more sensitive pieces of gear that get put into it. She's gotten into the habit of using this sort of slim bumper case for her Galaxy S4 just to prevent scratches and bruises and crumples from happening to this gorgeous little piece of tech. Well, for those times that she might need a little extra protection for her Galaxy S4, we're going to take a look at the ShockSuit case by Body Glove. Body Glove touts this case as being shockingly thin and ultra rugged. We're also looking at military drop test approved. They're touting that 810G certification for drop and shock resistance. Seeing as how this is my wife's phone, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be doing a drop test with her phone. But we can still talk about the case and share some experiences, see if this might be a good solution for her. Okay, getting the case out of its packaging. And get rid of that. All right, so once you've removed the case from the packaging, there is a little warning insert that tells you how to install the case on your Galaxy S4. And so ShockSuit is a two-piece solution. There's a plastic film, which will go in front of your screen to guard your screen. It's a screen protector guard right there. And then that pops into a back piece solution, which is a flexible but very sturdy feeling rubberized plastic. Areas along the sides of the case that sort of help keep it rigid along what could potentially be some of the worst impact zones, so like when the case hits a corner. But on the whole, it's going to bend and flex and hopefully dissipate any force from a drop or a fall or getting mashed into something. Okay, so we're gonna snap this front piece on. Just gonna clean, see I've got a little gunk. The only problem that I have with these sort of screen guard solutions is that it's really easy to get grit under the screen guard, and it just sort of gets mashed in between the screen guard and the screen. So I've got the front face clipped onto the Galaxy S4, and it's almost kind of like having a reverse bumper. We're gonna attach it now to the back plate. Just kind of pop that in there. Make sure I get it seamed all the way around. I accidentally hit the start button there. Et voila, we have a combined case. So right off the bat, the thing I love about cases like this rubberized matte finish just feels really good in the hand. Just got a really nice texture to it, and Body Glove has built in this edging around the sides, this little ribbed section for her, never mind, and it just adds to a very grippable phone now, and that's really important. This case is designed to be used in activity situations. Like I'm gonna go out for a jog, I'm gonna take my phone with me to listen to music. A glossy back on the Galaxy S4 can get really slippery to hold on to when your hands and the rest of you is really sweaty, and this is a case that sort of helps you skirt a lot of those usability problems. There are cutouts all around the case for your power button, volume rocker here on the sides. There's a little flap to protect your headphone jack. They did cut out a hole for the IR blaster, so you can still use this as a universal remote. There is another flap down at the bottom to protect your micro USB port with a cutout for the microphone, so you can still make phone calls. And then again, it's those little touches where there's a scooped cutout around the camera to better protect your lens elements whenever the phone is face down. So you're outside, you're out on a hike, you put your phone down on some rocks, it's a lot less likely, thanks to this little trench that they've built up by your camera, that any grit or sand, dust, dirt, or rock is going to damage the beautiful camera sensor on your beautiful phone. Thankfully, the screen on the Galaxy S4 is sensitive enough that having a sheet of plastic in front of it doesn't seem to overly impact the sensitivity of swipes, touches. I was able to play games on my wife's Galaxy S4 just fine. No issues with general usability, flicking, pulling up the app drawer, paging through apps. Everything still works pretty much how you expect it should. And it provides just that little extra peace of mind that you're not gonna scratch up a gorgeous 5-inch 1080p screen. So if I had one criticism for the ShockSuit, and this is a nitpicky one because this happens to a lot of the bumpers that I try out, is that I just wish that the cutout around the power button had a slightly clickier feel. The power button cutout on this case, and like many bumpers, just feels really gummy. So you pretty much find where it is with your finger, and then you just mash it as hard as you can, and that's pretty much your signal that your phone is on. Or you eventually just give up and start turning your screen on via the home button down at the bottom. Now, that's kind of a bummer, but considering this case runs for around $19 and change on Amazon right now, this is a pretty compelling solution to add a significant amount of protection to your Galaxy S4 without adding a tremendous amount of bulk. And so the most interesting thing about the ShockSuit case is that it ends up becoming something of a missing link solution, somewhere halfway in between our flimsy plastic bumper guards, which basically just prevent your phone from getting scratched, to the full-on honking, big, rugged, outdoorsy, can run over it with a Caterpillar tractor solutions. If you're looking for something that's going to protect almost as well as this, while being just a little bit thicker than this, the ShockSuit's probably one of the first cases I would check out. Now, I'm gonna sneak this phone back into my wife's purse and hope that she doesn't mind that I put a slightly more rugged case on her phone, because her purse eats gadgets, and that makes me sad. As always, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next review.